and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 12th of May and it is Fibromyalgia Awareness Day, and the month is also for awareness of fibromyalgia, and the color for this condition is purple. So I got my purple on, even purple eyeshadow. Had to get a whole look together. I wanted to talk about what fibro is and explain a lot of things, because it is actually a mystery type of condition or illness or syndrome or disease, whatever you want to call it. I also did a post on my blog, cosmolife.life, and it has more information in there if you suffer from it, or if you know someone who suffers from it, or if you actually are suspicious that you may have it. It is a hard diagnosis sometimes to pin down. So that's kind of why I'm talking about it. Also, I've had it for quite a while, since I had my third child, who is now 18, and it took a long time to get diagnosed, and there was a lot of stigma back then. There's still stigma, and I just wasn't very public about it. I'm a pretty private person when it comes to challenges in life. I'm a get or done type A kind of a person, and only really close people knew or know that, well, I'll say knew that I had it. I've become a little bit more open in the past few years, but this is like making the blog post and then making this video is kind of my coming out about it. This year, I guess it's different because I'm really experiencing a lot of the symptoms during this quarantine and stressful time and time of uncertainty, and it's just something that I've had a lot of time to really sit and think about as I deal with it. So what is fibromyalgia? It's kind of a diagnosis of exclusion. They don't really know what it is. They do have a little more information on some of the underlying causes of it. You never are healed. There is no magic pill. There's no surgery for it. And unfortunately, it can also mask medical conditions that do need attention. So it's just, well, when I was diagnosed, they basically called it a trash can diagnosis, that's kind of awesome, right? But for me, my symptoms started after I had my daughter, and there's a link to trauma, and I'm believing that that trauma possibly had to do with 9/11, because I was still quite early in my postpartum stages. It was a few weeks after she was born, and my husband had deployed, and I was still in the military. And I did watch, standing outside, the Pentagon burning on that day. And you go into a fight or flight mode. And I don't think I ever got out of the fight or flight mode in the entire time since then. And there's other things, in life. Being a type A person, a person who's really good at balancing a lot of things. I wasn't getting lots of sleep. I probably wasn't eating very well. And it's just life stress. But the way I'm designed, but the way that I'm built, internally, I liken it kind of to a record skipping. So long story short, I just started experiencing pain all over my body in different areas, and nothing made sense. I would hurt here, I would hurt here, I would hurt here, I would hurt here. And before that, my biggest medical concern was my seasonal allergies. That was it. I hardly took any medications. If I had a headache, I'd drink some water and I'd go lay down, unless it was a bad headache. But the only medication that I was taking at that time was sinus and allergy medication. So I went from being this healthy woman, had a healthy delivery, and then my body just started hurting. Sometimes it feels like you're getting the flu at the same time that all your muscles are seized up. You can have all kinds of different sensations and feelings of pain in different parts of your body at the same time. And it does change. It's been 18 years and my symptoms have changed, and they've actually become more of something that the doctors can really, really feel. Before, they used to look for certain tender points on you, but now I have actual muscular knots that you can feel. And I have tried just about every medication on the market. I have done Botox injections in my neck. Not beauty Botox. This is medicinal Botox. There's nothing to cure it. There's nothing to give me a pain-free day. So yeah, I live with it. I live with it, and I don't look sick. And that is kind of the biggest point of awareness, is it's an invisible illness. However, it's a misunderstood illness. So if I told you I had cancer, or that I had multiple sclerosis, or that I had lupus, there's a wide understanding of those illnesses. And then, people say, oh, well, I feel bad for you and blah, blah, blah. When you say fibro, you can get a mixed type of reactions, and a lot of them can be negative, and they can also come from doctors, which is actually the worst. And I have had to kind of battle out and learn how to be my own advocate while dealing with this. So again, it is a condition of pain. It is a condition that, depending on if you have other diagnoses, some people unfortunately are dealing with lupus and fibro, or fibro plus XYZ. I look fine. Every step that I take hurts. Every waking moment hurts. One of my tools is laughing and smiling, because that's all I can do. If you're out there and you do have it, you know what I'm talking about. And even now I can find myself kind of hesitating on getting deeper, because it's just kind of hard to reveal and explain, vulnerabilities in yourself. But I will say that I was a type A person. I was being in the military, going to school at night, having babies, dealing with a husband who he deployed more than anything after 9/11. I had gotten ill, so I couldn't deploy. But I did, ironically, work in a hospital, and they couldn't diagnose me. I had to go to another hospital to get a diagnosis. And when I got my diagnosis, I was already suspicious at that point because I'd been doing my own research, and it was kind of a relief to have a diagnosis. I mean, I sat in my car and I cried because, I have a diagnosis. And then, I have a diagnosis. And so I knew what that meant. I meant I'm going to be dealing with this. I'm probably going to lose my career at some point, which I did. And, I'm a mom to young kids. I'm a wife. How am I supposed to reconfigure my life, reconfigure my goals? Because I'm a person who believes in independence, education, making your own money. And then I did end up losing my career. That was okay because they did retire me. And I did go on to start a business, and that worked out for a few years. And once we made a big move kind of out of the continent, I wanted to enjoy where we moved to, which was Hawaii. And Hawaii was great for my condition. I was able to actually get more exercise done out there. If you have fibro, please do not let anybody tell you you need to be lifting weights. You need to be harming yourself in the name of fitness. There are ways to work out And even just walking is good. It helps get your endorphins going, and it helps keep your body moving. But do not let anybody make you feel guilty if you're not lifting weights and doing all these harsh and other traumas to your body. Your body is already traumatizing itself. And that's information that I got from one of my physical therapists. So again, like I said, nobody knows how this really came about. Nobody knows how to cure it. Nobody knows a treatment regimen that works for everybody. So everybody you meet who has fibro probably has it in different ways. They also deal with it in different ways. I'm a person, I'm not gonna lie, I am a bit more hard on myself, and I do push myself more than other people. And some people in fibro they can't move. And I did spend about a year or so after I retired from the military in my bed, literally in my bed. And I just decided that if I can get up and get out of this bed and at least join my family and, in the main living area, then I'm not coming back to this bed unless it's to sleep. And I've maintained that for many years. But yeah, I do get ill to where sometimes I just have to go away from everybody and just curl up in my bed and go to sleep, because sleep is a sweet relief. Medication and treatment. When you have fibro, you kind of adjust your life. At least I have. I can only speak for me. I've adjusted my life around it. I use heat, a lot of heat. I use professional massage. I've outsourced things because I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that. I would have house cleaners clean my house, before the kids are old enough to do it. Now I make the kids do it. But anything that I could outsource that I did not need to be strenuously doing, I would do that. And it wasn't to be bougie. It was to make me better for my family, because whatever energy I had, I wanted that for them and for my marriage. Support and friends. If you're friends with somebody that has this, or you're married to somebody that has this, the biggest help that you can be is supportive. And you can look them in the eye and say, I believe you, and let me know what you need from me. Because again, we don't look sick. And to not be believed, especially when you've lived your life with integrity and honesty and truth, is so demoralizing. And for some people, it's just too much. They don't have support. They lose their job. And some people just check out. They move on to the other side. I hate to use the word suicide, but I say they transition on, because a life like this is not a life. I mean, when my sister had cancer, and we did talk about this, I don't want to hear this from anybody, but she said there's an end to this suffering. She knew when she made the decision to stop treatment that she was going to move on. Obviously, I wanted her to stay forever. But she knew it was going to end. And for me, I don't know, that I'm not looking to take my own life. So I don't know when it's going to end. I could be, who knows when I'm going to pass away, but this is going to be with me until that day. And it's hard to go through every day like this. And there are some days where you're just like, man, I can't deal with this. I can't. Because it doesn't tell you, hey, I'm gonna be bothering you on Thursday. I'm gonna be bothering you on Saturday real bad. You don't know. So that means your social life kind of dwindles because you make plans with friends and you're all excited. We're going to dinner on Saturday. You wake up Saturday and you can't move. You can't get out of your bed. You got to like roll out of your bed. And you're not fit to go be social. So when you cancel out of plans, what happens? People stop inviting you. If you don't have a provider who believes in you, it's even worse. I quit actually dealing with an entire medical system because they did not want to continue the treatment plans. We moved often, and I would get a good doctor, get a treatment plan that worked, and then we would move, and the next doctor would blow it to smithereens. And I'd say the only thing that changed, honey, is my address, not my condition. Trust me, I've been in a lot of office arguments with doctors, and it got to the point where I had to bring my husband with me always. That's our thing. My first appointment, he comes with me because I'm feisty, and I will cuss you out. And I bring my documentation, I present myself, these are my problems, this is what I'm taking, and if that system doesn't believe in it, they're not gonna treat you that way. But they don't say, oh, we don't give this medication. They actually insult you before they tell you that. And that was the part that I can't and won't ever tolerate. I have pain and it needs to be controlled. So at the same time right now in 2020, people with fibro are also caught up in the wave of this war on opioids. Some people take opioids, some don't because they can't tolerate it, it's too much. Some use marijuana if they're in a state where it's legal, or they can get medical marijuana. You get you get a card wherever. So where I live, it's legal, but I don't use it. And if you don't have a control of your pain, it's hard to get through the day. And everybody who's ever been in pain knows that. If you've broken your arm or, broken your leg or just had a surgery, you know how you feel in those days following. And you're not doing anything. You're not getting anything done because it's just the pain receptors are going crazy. That's fibro every day. Your pain receptors are going crazy. Since this is getting too long, I just wanted to share that if you don't know about fibro and you're curious, please Google it up. Ask me. You can ask me anything. You can message me. You can ask me anything. If you think you have it, you can ask me. We'll talk. Trust me, I talk, I listen, and if you need to know how to be a better advocate for yourself, I got that covered too. And that's all from experiencing some really traumatic moments with providers, with people. I also have a handicap placard. I don't use it. I use it maybe 3 or 4 times a year. And that's if I'm in a huge flare, but I need to go grocery shopping or I have an appointment or something like that. I got to go get it done. If the lower half of my body is killing me, I am not going to park 20 rows away from where I need to be. I will use it. I was issued it. I will use it. So the people that I keep hearing stories about, people getting challenged because they step right out of their car. Mind your business. And I've told people this before. I had a guy come at me once, and he wanted to know why I had a handicap license plate and why I parked there when I went into the store. And I told him, if you're not a cop and you're not my doctor, you need to mind your business. If you'd like to call the police, feel free. Go ahead, call. Mind your business. When you see somebody stepping out of a car, you have no clue. If they have a pacemaker in, if they have an invisible illness, you don't know. It's not your business. That's just a helpful hint. But I want to keep this positive. But that is something I wanted to get off my chest because I know people like us deal with that a lot. The looks, the stares. But I saw you dancing at a party. Yeah, I can dance, but I pay for the things that I do. So again, I have to be very selective and pick my activities. First point of activity is taking care of myself. My second point is being around for my family. And then after that, whatever's fun and whatever gives me back some quality of life. So yeah, if you saw me dancing, guess where I'm going to be the next day? On my heating pad, in bed, probably taking Flexerol and passed out from the Flexerol because my body doesn't like Flexerol. I just wanted to share with you guys what today is, what it means, because I run into people who say, oh, my aunt has this, or my sister has this, or a lot of women have it, but some men do as well. Primarily women have it, and I don't know why that is. But people have it on different levels. Please do not offer up any cures you heard about from so-and-so. I think that is the most patronizing thing, is to get a message from somebody, especially somebody that I don't often talk to. Oh, I'm selling this now, and it's supposed to be good for... No, don't do that. Most of us have providers, or however kind of treatment. Some people want to deal with chiropractors. Some people want to go holistic. Everybody has their path with dealing with this illness. But please don't do that. Just be of help, be of support, and tell the person you believe them, because nobody would make this up. Nobody would make this up. I would give anything to have the body that I had. I would give anything to have the healthy, pain-free body that I had before 2001. Anything. But I can still hike. I can walk. I can sometimes dance for a little bit. I can put my makeup on. I can smile. I can laugh. But I'm doing it through a lot of pain. And it takes a lot of energy. I also volunteered for 14 years after I medically retired from the military. I volunteered to help other military families. And giving to people sometimes really helped me to continue to do what I was doing before, and to also help other people in their situations, because I had that empathy in me and knew about, situations that you want to keep private or keep quiet, and that you just need support on. And I did that until my husband did retire from the military last year. And now I'm doing my YouTube and the blog and stuff. And I do that because my brain is still here. My brain's still good. My sense of accomplishment and the desire to do things is still there. We're still alive, and we're still viable, people. It's just we have extra challenges. But it is difficult. It's really, really difficult. What can make it better? I think maybe I will put that in another post and another video. But if you have any questions, please, and you're not comfortable leaving them below, either leave them below or message me on Instagram or go to my blog and shoot me an email. And I'd be more than happy to talk with you about it. If you think you have it, if you know someone who has it and you want to know what you can do better, especially right now. This is a really, really stressful time, and stress exacerbates this. So your friends with pain conditions are kind of riding a little higher on the pain meter. I hate those pain meters. But they're riding a lot higher on that pain meter right now. And it's just a month to be aware. And if you know a doctor or somebody in the medical community, I don't know, maybe have a conversation with them about it, because I'm tired of being scared of meeting new doctors. I had bad experience even moving out here. First doctor I saw, first thing she wanted to do, take away all my medicine. She was going to do this, she was going to do that, and I said, no, you're not. And I went back, advocated for myself to the hospital, and I have an amazing provider. And we have a good relationship built on trust and respect and the fact that he believes in my condition. And he has really been there for me now. Really been there for me now. Ensuring that I'm okay, that I'm not running out of anything, that, you know, when I needed to go in last Friday after a week of really going through it, he got me in there and got my shot. And that kind of stuff means a lot to me, to have trust and respect. Most addicts, drug addicts, are not the people who use the medication to manage their illness. Some people can get addicted, but most of us who are on those medications use them responsibly, because we're not taking them to get high. We're taking them to live. I just want to do this video today because it's the 12th of May and show off my purple and my purple makeup, because it's a day that I want, I'm happy that it's an awareness day, and I really kind of let other awareness days just pass, because I don't know how I was feeling about it all these years. It's been 18 years, and in 24 hours I've done a blog post and made a YouTube video about it. So this is big for me, people. But I want to thank all the people that are subscribing. I think I finally reached 100. Yeah. And follow me here, subscribe here. Trust me, my stuff is usually more uplifting. And follow my Instagram, my blog, and my Pinterest. But I'm here if you want to talk. So I will see you in my next video. Thanks. Have a good day.